There is a definite growing local food culture as many of us work to improve our diets and nutrition. Here today to detail some simple steps to enjoying local food and keeping it inexpensive is Jasia Steinmetz, a UW-Stevens Point food and nutrition professor and also an author. And that just happens to be the name of your book, Eat Local.
Yes.
It's focused on this local food movement. What are the big benefits of jumping on this bandwagon?
Well, there's so many benefits. First, for the people that are involved, families would like to eat locally so that they know that they're getting really good food for their children. I think there's benefits definitely for our local farmers. The popularity of farmers markets is increasing every year, and absolutely taking advantage of the local food within your region has environmental benefits and economic benefits.
Now, speaking economically, many people do end up finding or believing that it actually costs more. So how do we go about keeping those costs down?
Well, the first would be to have a relationship with your farmer and talk to farmers and meet them. I think that's primary because they're the ones who can help you choose the food that might be the most delightful for you, the most delicious, kind of fit into your family lifestyle. So getting to know your farmer is key.
And then eating seasonally will help because if you're buying in season, you're paying less.
If you're buying in season, you're buying at a time when food is most abundant. So it might not just be one farmer that has it, but 2, 3, 4, 5 farmers have it. And so you know that's the bulk of the season. And so that's a great time to buy because you know that you'll get it fresh, there's quantities, which leads to the next point about actually
negotiating.
Right. Negotiating for the quantities, because if you know that you can buy a bushel and get a better price, even if it means going in with friends and relatives, having a canning freezing party on the weekend. We like to have salsa parties, where everybody makes a batch of salsa, takes it home with them, so that's one.
I've done that with beef, and if you buy a quarter of a beef, which you have to have a big freezer, but you can get it for a couple dollars a pound, and you're paying the same price for a steak and for hamburger. It's really a good deal.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the best.
And so much better, too. Yum. Use leftovers skillfully. How do we do that?
Well, I think sometimes people think of leftovers as eating the same thing day after day, but we like to do more like a progressive soup in the winter time where you make a big batch of soup or chili and then add one more ingredient, and it's usually something that came out of our garden, sometimes from the farmer's market. Give a different taste, add a different spice, maybe add some rice, some pasta, so you're building as you go.
And the last point is to avoid waste.
Yes. I think that's very confusing for people when they see all the delightful things that come in the farmer's market, have good intentions, and then end up, throwing something in the compost later on. And so that's the nice thing about the farmer's market and buying local is that you can get small quantities. And so you can taste it first, see if you like it, come back for more the next week, and therefore you're saving a lot of money because it's not going in the trash, at the end of the week. You can really use it.
We all love advice on how to save money. I want to just mention this book, Eat Local, Simple Steps to Enjoy Real, Healthy, and Affordable Food. I encourage you to take a look at it if you're into the local movement, or if you're not and you want to learn more about it. We will put a link to her book, Eat Local, and we will also put a link to the online guide, which has a lot of other resources as far as learning how to enjoy local food. So just log on to our web channel, click on news links. Jasia, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
We'll be right back with a final look at your forecast after this.